Or, you know, at the very least, they'll try and kill the Zerg. Oh, good. I was worried I'd lose that protest as well. There's stuff there.
Of course. It shall be done. Yes, Executor?
Okay, here. If only I could bring in all my forces, just, you know, have an army marching through the base. Beautiful. Okay, here. Let's save again, because I probably will lose forces, you know, going down the other paths. For, you know, infested Terrans popping up, and my forces deciding not to open fire on them. Even though, as far as I remember, I did move move attack. Well, this is certainly gonna be this is kind of an awkward mission, but I don't see it being too much longer, in all honesty. Like I you know, we're most of the map covered by now. So I'm gonna go over this way, as we might be able to get more troops. And we were. Though. Toss the dart. Psystorm. Psystorm. Back. Okay, I was able to save some. Actually, I was able to save a good few. I also killed a good few. But, yes. Is there even any need to look through the rest of the room? Not really, is there? And you know what? I may be able to do better if I could. Okay, let's save. I'm just continuing this on and getting more ridiculous as time goes on. I'm saving there, so if this doesn't go right, I can easily just reload and all as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send all my forces forwards after Tassadar. Sorry, either did my chair make a noise or I did, and it sounded like it was coming from somewhere else. Like there's someone behind me. Well, maybe there is, but then they can sit down and commentate with me, you know? They won't be able to hear the game sound for shit, but, you know, they can still sit down and commentate with me.
Commander. I long for combat. Honor guide me.
Okay. I'll send all these in after Tassadar, because he can toss down a Psystorm and save all the Marines, or at least the vast majority of them. Actually, I may be able to run the Marines out.
It shall be done.
Actually, I'll have Tassadar here, and I'll run a Zealot in, grab the Marines, and start running them out. Yeah, run. Tassadar. Run, run. Okay. I think I saved more Marines this time. I think I lost a few, but I've saved the vast majority, so I'm happy.
How may I help? Receiving. Yes, Executor.
Okay, ye there. Okay.
It shall be done.
Give me some of this shield. Jacked up and good to go. Give me some of this shield.
Okay.
Standing by. Let's move.
Kill! Oh, treading the motherfucking needle.
Make use of
This is kind of gruesome in its own way. Certainly, it doesn't really bother me. It's just like, just thinking about it, just considering how people act nowadays in relation to some things in games. It's just like, basically, let me start again. It's kind of gruesome in its own way, and I don't know where I was going with the other point, but I think it's just, I honestly don't know where I was going with that other point. Yeah, some people are stupid with the way they handle some things in games nowadays, but I don't see how it's relevant. I'm scatterbrained, and I'm also somewhat distracted, so never mind. Sometimes I start thoughts and then realize, wait, this has nothing to do with what I'm saying. This is why I prefer typing, because I can make my point, and then I can start trimming such statements out. Oh, good. Decided to charge it to Zealot. Oh, good. Okay, save. Okay, I have a bad feeling about here. I have a feeling it's an ambush of some sort. I don't know if it indeed is, but I just have a bad feeling about this. So I am going to rush a Zealot hallucination forwards. Also, just noticed the Dragoons only have 20 more hit points. I always thought the Dragoons had more. Okay, go. I'm sure with what I was saying there, you could figure out a point of what I was trying to get at. But right now, I'm just like, whoa, 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 in here. There. At least I took out most of the Zerg there. Okay. Yin. Yin. Yeah. Get up here. Fuck. Okay, Dragoon, you got to get out of the fucking way. It's like, I can't use the stairs so no one else can. It's like, come on, you asshole. People are dying. Oh, thankfully no one did. But yeah, basically in its own way, it is actually kind of grisly in all honesty. Of course, it's not like, Crisis 3 level graphics around, but still in its own way, it's kind of grisly. Especially for its time and all that. You know what I'm saying. Hey. Okay, come on. Oh, nice.
Of course.
Not gonna say anything. Alright. Oh, that's fine. Ooh, firebats. A ghost could be useful with his cloak and lockdown, but
Yes, Executor.
not sure if I'll be able to take much use out of it. Make much use of him right now.
Yes, Executor. For Adun.
Okay. Make it up here.
Of course.
Okay. Down this way. Okay, that for the swarm thing is kind of creepy. And the sign of a festive terror. Oh, damn it. Christ. Come on, forwards. I love how I kind of just have a Terran army now. Could have cloaked actually thinking about that. Could have cooked forwards if the enemies did spawn in, but due to scripting, but couldn't see my units. Then they may have, I may be able to just assassinate the infested Terran, take out a huge chunk of, well, a sizable chunk of the enemy's forces. Who knows?
Never know what hit 'em. I hear that.
Annoyingly, the base defenses are quite willing to turn on absolutely everyone. So, come on.
Never know what hit 'em.
My god, the firebats are suicidal. Okay. In here. And bringing in more forces. Yeah, it was this one. Oh yeah, that's the beacon I have to go bring them to. It's probably a good idea I'm sending in all the other units. Oh,
Greetings,
okay, there we go.
I have come to bring you home.
Greetings to you, mighty Tazadar. I knew that you would not forsake us. For in the time that you have spent with us, you have learned to value our ways and our methods. You have learned to channel our dark power, as well as that of your masters. And thus you alone have found completeness beyond the scope of the Kala. But I fear that the Conclave in its pride could never bring itself to welcome outcasts such as we.
Outcasts though you may be, it is your vision and courage that may yet save our homeworld from the swarm. I beg of you, Zeratul, return with us to Ire. Though they are petty and have in ignorance cursed your kind for generations, help me save our people.
Since our banishment long ago, we have never failed in our responsibility to Ire. Though it shall cause us great pain to see our homeland once more, we shall return with you, Tazadar. We will do what we can.
Honestly, I swear that played out much differently in the novel. Like, there's no Terran base. Like, remember when I was saying Karrigan was left on planet Char? Her, Tassadar, and Raynor, Tassadar, Zeratul, and Raynor, along with Raynor's forces and the Protoss forces, went up against Karrigan and the Cerebrit that was assigned to her. Or, you know, it's at least at very least Karrigan's Zerg forces. And they kind of fought to a standstill. Karrigan knocked Raynor onto his ass and kind of pinned him down. Or he just couldn't get up due to the bulky marine suit, which is a bit of a flaw in its design, let's be honest here. It could go either way, I don't remember. While she fought both Tassadar and the other guy, Zeratul. That's where the wing thing came in, like how the wings could fight autonomously from her. She didn't need to have control over them, and they would fight quite well, despite, you know, her actually having absolutely no, like, her not actually controlling them in any way. That's where that part comes in, and then, you know the mission where we recruited Tassadar. When we found Tassadar. That's kind of in the books, but it's, you know, a dropship comes down and, you know, it's just, you know, hey, want to ride? Rather than, you know, having to fight through a ton of Zerg with some forces, then fighting through a Terran base, and, you know, none of that happens in the books, as far as I remember. So, there is a bit of this, if my memory is correct, a bit of disagreement between the stuff. Of course, I could be misremembering, or whatnot. You'll want to look into it yourselves if you're curious.
Greetings, Executor, and greetings
Oh,
to you, Tazadar.
oh yeah, I forgot to comment on his death.
Overjoyed to see you both return home in this dark hour. The Zerg have redoubled their efforts, and it seems... It can't be. The Executor told me of how you fell before the Zerg. How is it that you live and breathe? Well, after After my unfortunate defeat, my ruined body was recovered by our brethren. I now reside within the cold robotic shell of a dragoon. Old friend, would that this never came to pass. Nonsense! There is no shame in defeat, so long as the spirit is unconquered, and I am still able to serve Aya to a degree. But enough of this. There is much you both need to know. You have been branded as traitors by Alderus and the Conclave. Even now they seek to arrest you and execute the Dark Templar, Zeratul. I never believed that they would go so far. In the face of total annihilation, they still cling to their failing traditions. Yes, and that makes them all the more dangerous. They hunt you even now, Tassadar. And though I damn myself by doing so, I shall stand by you till the end. And Taradun, Noble Phoenix. Executor, it seems that if our world is to live, we must protect the Dark Templar from our own brethren. Although it pains me greatly, not even the Conclave shall stand in our way.
Oh, this is awkward. To save the Protoss, we have to destroy the Conclave. Alright. And I realized I kind of didn't really even comment on Phoenix's death earlier. Whoops. Sorry, I kind of went quiet there. Well, went quiet so you could hear, but also later on realizing something happens later on, and StarCraft's 2 writing kind of forgets about it, you know? It's in it's in Brood Wars. It's just a little irritating what happens, because it's very poor writing.
You and the traitor Tassadar are to cease your resistance and surrender yourselves to the judgment of the Conclave. We will take the outlaw Zeratul into custody and deal with him as is written by the Kala's law.
Flee back to your masters, Alderus, and huddle with them in darkness. For your actions shall send us all unto the Zerg.
Okay, run, run, run. Back in here. Back in here. I'm not sure if they have any observers. Come on, run! Run, you idiots! There's Zeratul. Very powerful. His warp blades do 100 damage per strike. And here's Phoenix. 45 damage per shot. They didn't even scratch. Like they barely even scratched the paint. Nice.
So be it. Kas Narada. You address me. Your orders, Templar.
Okay, I'm gonna keep clicking.
You address me. You have persecuted us for generations, and now you beg us to aid you. We will do what we must, but we do it for Io, not you. Kas Narada. You address me.
Okay. Alright, let's get the base going. Okay, bit of room to expand here. And it's not the level I'm thinking of. At least, not as far as I know. There is... 7. It's either the next one or the one after. You get some help. I'm not going to say anything more than that.
I hunger for battle.
Oh, I have an observer. These are Dark Templars. They do 45 damage per strike. This is their health. They're much more physically weaker than a Zealot, but they are permanently cloaked. The only way to detect them...
We are under attack. Your will?
Okay. Only way to detect them is via, like, say, an observer of some, or a detector like that, or to use like some abilities on them.